Last orders at the bar, please.
Welcome to Tavern Tales Interludes, a curated 5e Dungeons & Dragons game set in the Dungeon in a Box monthly subscription service. Second module, Streets Unseen. An urchin has been protected by Ekemon and the group, but the guards are on the lookout for the group and especially gnomish wizards. Oh, and I guess maybe it's rapier shopping time.
Come sit down and drink with the enemy, raise a glass and toast to the enemy, and I'm not gonna do this on my own. So come sit down and laugh with the enemy, raise a glass and sing to the enemy, and I'm not gonna do this on my own. So I won't end up being alone, 'cause I won't drink my drink alone. So what about you? One beer or two, I'll drink to you.
Hi, I'm Kyle, and welcome to Dungeon in a Box Streets Unseen. Who do I have playing today?
I'm Chelsea, and I'm playing Ekemon, and he's a tiefling bard.
We are also joined today by Aaron, playing Balasar, the Dragonborn Barbarian.
Or, as all of the people I know who listen to the episodes of Tavern Tales, they're like, do you mean Aaron?
Yes, Aaron, who doesn't really say much.
Oh no, you've introduced yourself so many times as Aaron that that's what everyone calls you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
sweet.
I witnessed it.
Thanks, Key and Peele.
Wait, actually?
Yeah, you do it too much.
Oh. Whoops.
It's your name
You are
now.
known as Aaron, and they love you.
Just keep
Can you
it.
get me the sweater now for Christmas?
It says Aaron on it.
It's actually like
From Campbell.
like stitched out where he's like pointing at him and says, "You done messed up, Aaron."
Oh, that sounds awesome. Sorry, I love Key and Peele. I'm Allison, and I play Drizel, who is a moon elf and ranger, and she is sassy, or at least she tries sometimes.
Hello, I'm Marie Claire, and I play Dimple Dandy Drake in this game. And I'm a gnome noble wizard, heavy on the noble part, pretending to be a teenager at this moment, or a small child. I don't know. I did it while drunk.
And I am Paige, and I am playing Vestrode Van de Gogh, and he is a human fighter.
Okay, I'm going to attempt to do this without anything written. Good evening, Mystic soccer fans in Mariposa and throughout the land. When last we left our adventurers, they had failed to win a game of chance of Green Dragon Bluff. Ekemon, losing his rapier in the daring scheme from these 5 players, has grown despondent and drunk.
Is bullshit.
As our group makes their way through the streets, they encountered an urchin running with a merchant's bag of gold. They sided with the urchin, and as we tune back into the adventure, we see that the guards are once again turning their sights upon the hastily retreating band of caravan guards turned personal guards for none other than Vindal Din Fizzle Vindazzle, looking for a weapon shop to replace the missing rapier. And now, let us peek into the adventure itself, as said weapon shop has been easily discovered on High Street. Because if you're looking for something expensive to buy, High Street's the place to go. Espying the weapons shop just slightly down the road, Uncle Balasar says,
I don't feel like we're welcome here anymore.
well, you're the one who spotted the weapons shop nobody else has yet.
Aren't you looking for another rapier? There's a weapon shop over there.
Yeah, remind me about it.
Well, there's a weapon shop over there where you can find another rapier.
I wonder if they have one for sale for 4 gold. Wait a second. I never got paid. Wait. No, I did. No, wait. I've had too much to drink.
Ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling, you enter the weapon shop.
That's a nice bell.
Drizel, you've got my money.
Drizel and bell rhyme. Okay.
Let's go shopping.
I agree. Whatever, you pick out the best.
Hi, I'm Sylvina. I can help you. Are you looking for something special?
A rapier.
What sort of rapier are you looking for? We have several.
Bring out your nicest one.
The nicest one is over 2,000 gold. It is a +2 magical rapier. We named it Sliver.
Your next nicest one.
The next nicest one is a +1 magical rapier. She doesn't say +1 because, like, that's not a real
Yeah.
thing.
Just randomly throwing out stats.
It just sounds extra fancy.
It's a moon blade made by the moon elves, and it glows in darkness and sheds light to 15 feet. It is remarkably sharp and pointed, and we have named it Moonbeam.
Ooh, can I just see that one?
She eyes you up and down, and she's like, certainly. A beautiful box. What does it look like? What is this box that holds the moonbeam in it, Marie Claire? What does it look like? Describe that for
It's a ebony wood, so it's like black, and it has filigree carved into the top of it that all has silver paint painted into the filigree, and it actually has like the name of the weapon on a little plaque on the front.
And she opens it up, and this beautiful rapier appears before your eyes,
With silk-
shining in
silk on the inside.
silver. Oh, of course, yes. Shining in silver, and there's runes etched upon it.
Pretentious.
I think it's nice.
I wasn't talking about that.
Oh, okay.
Just this place.
Maybe you should wait outside. So I'm going to just look at this rapier. How much did you say this was again?
1,500.
I inspect a little bit more closely. And I'm going to attempt to deceive her into thinking this is actually not worth that much and to bring the price down.
Tell me what you say.
Where did you say this came from again?
Moon elf construction. 1,200 years ago by the great smith.
Portada.
Yeah, I don't know where you got that info from, but I don't want to play the moon elf card, but that's not a real person. I would know.
Interesting. I have a history book on him with several pictures that have been drawn, and we have several of his other weapons that were crafted and created. He is rather famous.
Maybe for you're human, right? She's human.
What does she look like? Chelsea, is she human? What race is she?
She is a half human and half elf, but she looks more like a wood elf.
Half elf. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know who told you this. That's I don't want to be the one that tells you this, but it can't be. I'm looking at this is kind of shoddy workmanship, and there's definitely no smith named that, and it's not. I don't even think this is real from a real moon elf. That does not look like anything my people would make.
Well, it's unfortunate you think so.
I mean, I like it, but it's not worth what you're charging for it.
That's very fair. Of course, she goes to take it from you.
I don't think you
Well
have
played.
enough.
No, shh. Quiet, you. I'm not I'll still look at it. I'm still interested. I just not 15.
I completely understand. She goes to take it from you.
Jesus Christ. Everyone barters.
You're not even role-playing, so shut the fuck up.
Sorry.
That should have been the guy's name. Shut the fuck up.
Shuddafuga.
Is there another area of this town that's not... So what are we in right now? We're in High Street?
Oh, High Street, yes.
So what's an...
There are normal-looking weapons in this shop.
I know, but what's another adjacent that would maybe be a competitor to High Street? Is there anything like that, or
You have only seen what you have seen so far.
is there a competitor town to Greyhaven?
Well, I mean, there's Mariposa, but there really wasn't a lot. I mean, there might be some other things on the Harpy Coast, but you've never been this far.
There goes that idea. Never mind.
There's got to be more weapon shops, especially near the docks and other places.
Oh, totally.
Like the water district.
She's like Ekemon's upset. I'm getting a nice rapier. So I let her take it away. I've accepted that my ploy is not working. Can we
puts
see
it
your
back.
second cheapest rapier?
Oh, certainly. We have several standard stock of different colors and sizes and shapes. Would you like to have an assortment brought out?
Yes, please.
She claps and a half-orc comes out, smiles lovingly at her, and she smiles lovingly back at him. Maybe there's a relationship there, you're not too sure. And he has a strip of metal that's been magnetized, and it has an array of 8 rapiers on it, and different hilts, different lengths of rapier, and they all have the same smith mark on them. And he presents it on a little easel sort of thing, smiles, backs up, nodding several times, never said anything.
So I just kind of point to Ekemon to, have a look.
He inspects the mark on them and he asks the lady who made these.
Does anybody want to name the smith who made them, or shall I?
Should have.
How is that spelt on the rapier?
It's a Y and an S, and the Y is there, and then the S goes through it, and it's Yolanda Shadafaga.
Love
Wow.
She's a local bladesmith in town, specializes in rapiers. These are all 30 gold pieces.
Okay.
Describe the one that Ekemon likes the most.
He picks up this one rapier, and it's got a swept hilt that covers his hand. It's a nice ebony colored blade, which just appeals to him. He's like, oh, it's black. I like that. And the swept hilt is twisted intricately, and it almost looks like a tail that's in the hilt itself. And it's kind of an undescript creature. It could be like bat-ish or devilish, per se. And he picks up
Do an investigation check with proficiency.
Oh.
There is a small problem with this blade that you don't detect, but the smallest of problems will never come to bear. But if you'd spotted it, you could have reduced the price. But it's 30 gold for this blade.
It's okay. I'm going to barter anyways.
I've watched enough Forged in Fire, so what was the problem? Did they put it in the quench too soon?
I thought I told you to wait outside.
I'm going to say the pommel stone or piece of metal that's attached to the pommel is loosely connected, and it's not as firmly rooted as it could be, but it's never going to be a problem. It will not amount to anything other than the ability to have bartered it down in price. Ekemon has found a blade that Ekemon likes.
Yeah.
Can I see it?
Are you satisfied?
I guess it will do.
Excellent.
It's not the best.
I was going to ask if you needed a sheath, but I see that you have one.
Yes.
How fortuitous.
If Ekemon was actually evil, he would test it out on the shop lady. He wants to. This dialogue goes through his head. He's like, if only I embraced my devilish side, life would be more interesting.
Oh, Chelsea. So dark.
Truth.
He just thinks that to himself and smirks a little bit, looks at her, shakes his head.
May I see the rapier?
Yep.
I take it. Can
Cool.
I want to see if I can barter for it. I
Oh,
want to see if
absolutely.
something's wrong with
Sorry,
it.
yeah, you want to barter? What would you like to say?
But I want to look for an imperfection first. Anything I can use to get the price down.
Okay, you have disadvantage on the check, but you have proficiency.
So 11.
Needed a 12.
Oh, come on.
Also, you have disadvantage because Ekemon clearly spent a great deal of time looking at the blade and didn't find it, so you paid more of a cursory
Yeah,
glance
Ekemon's
as a
not
result.
me.
Fair, but Ekemon also uses a rapier all the time.
Fair point.
Yeah.
I don't need to help. It's a podcast. The audience will judge me accordingly. Can you just tell me how you'd like to dicker down the price?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm
Go for it.
considering. Oh, I'm just going to hand 25 because that's what I'm going to pretend that's what I heard. I hand her 25 and
She starts to count out, and
And
she's
I-
like, no, I said 30.
I look down at the blade and look back up at her, down at the blade, back up at her. No, 25. And then I just hand the rapier to
Young
Ekemon.
Moon Elf, I said 30.
Yeah, but it's not the pricing here is just no.
All right, well, let's roll at this point, because I don't feel like that's going to go much further.
Okay.
You are rolling a persuasion check.
Okay.
Oh, man. That's what I'm good at.
Yes.
I'm not.
Your persuasion check is against their passive check, so you need a 12. And what is your passive persuasion? Your passive persuasion is 10 plus your persuasion bonus. What is that?
+3. Ha. What did I need?
You just you needed to beat a 12.
Yeah.
And you got a 12 on the button?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have rolled and gotten a 17, which beats your required 15. So you may pay 27 gold. 28 gold for the rapier.
I had that extra 3.
All right. There you go. Rapier purchased. It doesn't fit in the sheath. No, just kidding.
Come on, man.
You leave the shop. Who's the first to leave? Or does Ekemon does Vestrad look for anything in the shop? What's Vestrad up to?
I think Vestrad's actually moved on to the next shop because he's been trying to find a bandana for Doodle.
Describe the bandana you find for Doodle.
It is a very chintzy chainmail, but it's chainmail that's built onto a leather strap, and it has a nice little bronze buckle. He just buckles onto him.
Everyone leaves the stores at the exact same time. That only costs you 1 silver and 2 copper.
What's my change for 1 gold?
Like 88 copper.
Wouldn't it be 88 silver?
1 gold is worth 100 copper or 10 silver.
Okay, thank you.
Loonies,
It's like
dimes,
loonies.
and pennies.
What's Electrum?
Bullshit.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
You're just about to leave High Street, heading towards the Tower of Tychus,
Can we see the tower?
and you happen upon a rare sight. A delegation of moon elves have arrived in the city. You don't know why, but they are parading down High Street. There is a strange shuttered carriage made from interlocking curved wooden panels lacquered black and red. And instead of wheels or horses, it is borne on the shoulders of a half-dozen figures, cloaked from head to toe in leather coverings that completely hide their bodies.
Is it like a palanquin?
Yeah, sure. And this strange sight that appears to you has drawn the ire of a mob of xenophobic citizens. So you can picture and hear in your minds the shouting and the crying, "Go back home, you effing moons." Or whatever they, moonies, or whatever they call
I like Moonies.
the moon elves derogatorily.
Goonies.
Aren't we allowed to come up with some derogatory names
Sure.
for moon elves?
You want to help
Right.
with the racism against my race?
Damn ragabash sort of things.
Silver snorters. Moon silver.
I got you.
I got a full moon for you, sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
There is a man. What does he look like? He's a nobleman. How do you know he's noble there, Aaron?
He's wearing kind of a red military outfit with gold piping around like the shoulder blades. And he's got a few medals on him as well. And he's got one of those fancy like Commodore hats on.
He's all out, eh?
He's
Yeah.
pleading with the mob, trying to stop them from hurling epithets and being rude to this
Delegation.
delegation. What does he say?
He kind of turns to them and says, "Stop this at once. There's no need for this."
Boo! No! Damn Moonies!
Boo.
What else does he say?
Please stop this. Won't you think of the children?
Don't care about no Mooney kids! The mob is getting more boisterous. They're throwing stones, not just vegetables anymore. It looks like they are moving towards trying to topple the palanquin off of the shoulders of those carrying. They're ignoring this guy who's completely ineffectual. Let's be honest. He's not good. He just keeps saying the same thing over and over and over again. Maybe it's like he doesn't even care, but obviously his face is registering panic, and there presents an opportunity for the group.
Ekemon's already over there
You
helping.
can join angry mob
Oh no.
and dump the palanquin, or you can try to stop this mob from doing this horrible thing. What do you do?
I picked door number 2.
So just playing on Vestrad's bonds, he recognizes that these are potentially like they're within the same family as someone in his group and his party. And so he feels as though he has the need to protect. And so he, especially being a specialty officer as a soldier, has the feeling of having to protect and to resolve the issue. And so he kind of jumps through the crowd and tries to calm them down.
What's Dimple do?
This is not fitting any city. I will try to calm the crowd with more words, except she's kind of drunk, so it's probably not going to work.
Fair. And what's Uncle Balasar doing? Tucked under his blanket.
Anki B will also join, he'll just kind of follow suit with what Vestrad and Drunk Dimple are doing, just kind of calm the crowd, things like that.
Ekemon is right in the mix at the forefront of this.
Yes.
Okay, and where's Drizel?
She's running in too. She knows that words don't work in this situation. She is mad. If she was barbarian, she'd be raging.
Are you going to attempt to calm the mob with words or calming the mob with action?
Vestrada's going to use his intimidation on the crowd. He basically kind of takes his shield up as well as his long sword, and he's basically, "You people need to go back. This is not a kind thing to do, and if you do not stop and you do not move back, I'm going to have to enforce."
Yeah, what does Ekemon say?
Ekemon looms up to his full height right beside Vestrad and does the same thing, but uses more of a persuasion. He's like, yeah, you better listen to him, folks. He knows what he's talking about.
You may roll with advantage with the help of Ekemon.
20. That's a lie. Wait. 19.
Oh, not nearly as good. Doesn't succeed. No, just kidding. It looks like they want to attack, and they are moving forward brutally to do so. Ekemon and Vestrad have managed to sway them somewhat, but they still begin to make their attack known against this delegation. What do the rest of you want to do before combat begins?
I'm going to ask the other moon elves. I'm going to find someone who's like not in the full leather, but someone around. Is there someone I can talk to that's part of the moon elves?
The moon elves are all inside the palanquin, whatever the delegation is.
Okay, well, I'll yell up, what's going on here? Like trying to understand what's happening because we don't know.
Direct some of their ire towards yourself instead of towards the palanquin. Dimple.
Is there somebody that seems to be kind of leading the mob on?
You could make a check to see if you find somebody like that. Make a insight check.
Oh, man.
You have found the person who's leading the inciting of them all.
All right. So I was going to hypnotic gaze them.
Yes.
All right. Are they near the front?
Not the right person.
Cool.
They're towards the back. It's the merchant himself.
Get him.
Okay, well, I really wanted to get somebody near the front, but if there's like nobody that was kind of like charging forward.
Oh, sure. Yeah, not
Yeah.
just the leader, but somebody in the front.
I mean,
Okay,
yeah, just to kind of stop them. And I was going to hypnotic gaze somebody in the front who then like they're basically going to get down to 0. So please succeed on a wisdom saving throw or not.
Nope, they failed on a wisdom saving throw.
So their speed drops to 0 and the creature is incapacitated and visibly dazed. And I'll say, wow, this situation is not good for anyone's health. I wonder what's going on.
What is the spell verbal component for hypnotic gaze?
It's just an action. It just, like, I catch people's eye. It's an enchantment special thing. It's not actually a spell.
Oh, cool. Where do you get it from, this hypnotic gaze?
School of Enchantment.
Oh, cool. Because of the wizard you are.
Because wizard. I can magically entrance and beguile people.
I love it. Yes, that person is beguiled. Bally, what are you doing? Balasar?
I'm standing behind Ekemon and Strad just to kind of bolster the intimidation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just standing there. Do you say anything?
No, but I've got kind of my hands kind of around my axes, kind of like a quick draw kind of thing.
Okay.
So when it goes down, I'll be ready.
The mob says, "How dare you side with them damn moonies when one of them amongst you?" Roll initiative.
Going down.
Do I get to roll initiative for Doodle?
Doodle acts on your turn, and you can spend your action commanding Doodle to do something.
Bite them in the crotch.
Big dice suck.
All right, Vestrad, what'd you do?
19.
Ekemon, how'd you do?
5.
Bally,
9.
Drizel.
Tree. Nat 1. Yeah. And apparently I'm not really one in this fight.
No, apparently. we'll describe that in a moment. And
20.
Findal is there, but he is standing on the threshold of the shop, and he's like, I'll be in here, personal guards.
Lovely having him.
He is paying you. Dimple, you are the first to act.
No, I'm going to keep his gaze as my action, but I'm going to hold my quarterstaff out and like try to push it again. I'm a gnome. I'm not very like tall, but I'm going to try to like keep the crowd back with my quarterstaff.
All right, make an attack with your quarterstaff.
It's like non-damaging though. I just want to like hold them back.
It's a giant mob full of a ton of people. At this point, just standing there and doing this isn't going to do anything. You're going to need to like riot gear stop them with some bludgeoning thrusts.
You can still try though.
But yeah, I mean, exactly. You're making an attack against their armor class, and it will only do like a d4 plus your strength damage. So, no, it's ineffectual with your 2 on the die. Does not seem to be sufficient to stop them. That was Dimple's turn. Did you want to say anything, Dimple?
Stay back.
Vestrad, what would you like to do?
Well, I don't think Vestrad necessarily wants to hurt them. He just wants to try and inflict enough pain to get them to go away. So he bashes his shield forward.
Make a shield strike.
Right?
What are we doing?
How'd you do?
It's a natural 1.
Yeah, I mean, There's no critical fumble on this, but you swing on and a miss.
That would be his action, right?
Yes.
Can he use action surge to get Wolf to do something?
You can action surge to have the option of a second action to do whatever you want.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think he tries to shield bash again to try and get the point across to them.
This time with a different dice.
How'd you do?
7.
Plus.
Total.
What would I add for a shield?
Strength plus your proficiency bonus.
13.
That's enough to hit.
Plus proficiency?
Yeah. So roll a d4 for damage plus your strength.
5.
5 damage to the crowd. You clock some fool peasant in the head, and he's like, "Oh!" We move on. It is Balasar's turn.
Well, I don't know if it's probably a good idea to probably start chopping people down with my hand axes.
Always a good time.
I wish I was not at the end because I have crowd control.
I'm the last one, so.
Man. No,
So Balasar's just going to try and unarmed combat some people.
Sure.
Try and throw a punch.
Okay.
Would it just be a straight strength?
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus your proficiency bonus.
17.
That is more than enough to hit.
D4?
Yep. With a punch. Yep.
7.
7 damage as you punch somebody in the head. It's a lady with big red auburn braids. She's wielding a shovel and she's like, "How dare you!" "You," she says.
I feel like it's going to turn into a soccer riot, which we're very familiar with.
Ekemon, it's your turn.
How many of my friends are within 15 feet of me?
All of your friends are within 15 feet of you at the
Cool.
moment.
I'm going to move outside of that, forward into the middle of the crowd as far as I can go.
Okay.
And I'm going to do Thunder Wave
Wait, you're going to move into the crowd?
as much as I can. Because the Thunder Wave emits from the middle outwards.
Get him, skater.
Okay, absolutely. You move into it. You're in the mob itself, and you're going to cast Thunderwave. Go for it. What do you say when you cast Thunderwave?
I don't know.
Thunderstruck.
Thunderstruck. No. May the ground rumble like the skies above. Ba-dum-dee, ba-dum-da. Does that work?
I don't know. Does
So
that
roll
work
the
for
dice
you?
and find out.
Go for it.
Blood and ashes, man.
Does Thunderwave even make an attack roll? I
Probably,
feel like it's not
no,
an
it's a
attack roll,
seven.
Chelsea.
Yay!
I'm in. You have to roll. That's right. You have to
All
roll
right.
a save.
What type of damage does it do?
Thunder damage. 2d8 thunder damage, and all the creatures are pushed 10 feet away from me.
All right, make a roll.
Get him.
For damage.
6 thunder damage, and everybody's pushed 10 feet away.
Okay. Now it is the mob's turn. And since Ekemon is deep in the clutches of the mob,
Oops.
I mean, they still have to go 10 feet to get back to me. Hey!
they will pummel you.
Oh no. Can I put my horns down so I can stab people? Like shish kebab? That's probably
Several of them hit you with shovels, rakes, maces, and blacksmith's hammers. I have rolled a 17, plus 5 is 22. Does that beat your armor class?
Yes.
Then you take 18 bludgeoning damage.
I'm done.
Oh.
How many hit points did you have?
17.
Oh, you're down to 0. You all see Ekemon go in, cast Thunderwave, and then get taken down. Drizel, what would you like to do?
Well, I know what I want to do, but I rolled a 1, so I'm thinking I'm not because apparently I'm not that initiated into the fight itself. I'm more worried about what's going on inside.
You're in the middle of the fight. The mob is all around you. They're angry at you.
I'm just torn about what to do. But Drizel's going to pull out both of her short swords
Sure.
and is ready to mess somebody up.
Go for it.
Can I just don't know who to go after though, because it's like a whole mob.
It's a whole mob. Start whacking away.
Can I just kind of do a wide slash and see how many people I can get?
Attack the mob.
14.
That's a hit.
5 damage.
All right.
Can I do it with my other sword?
Yeah, you may make a bonus attack action. You have 2 short swords. Roll away. Next time, roll them both together.
That's true, sorry.
That's a hit.
Yeah. Cool. And I do 8 damage.
You don't get to add your strength bonus or dexterity bonus
On the second one?
attack.
Okay,
For your
then just
bonus attack,
5.
it's just like, with your weak arms. So 5.
Yeah.
Great. It looks like about a third of the mob has been handled somehow. And we return again to the top of the round where it's Dimple.
Is there an incredibly large person in
Sure.
the mob? I'm going to be like, if you move forward, you will regret it. And then, wait for them to move forward because they will. And then I will cast Witch Bolt on them.
Cast Witch Bolt on them.
Oh, no, I missed.
Witch Bolt. goes off into the distance.
It's very lightning-y. It's very scary.
There was thunder and then the lightning.
A
Usually it's the other way around.
beam of
That's what
blue
Fidel
energy.
Okay, that was Dimple's turn. It is now Vestrad's turn.
So Vestrad reacts to what has happened to Ekemon.
Of course.
And from where he's standing, because Ekemon moved forward into the crowd, he uses his acrobatic skill to kind of like fancily jump into the crowd where Ekemon is.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then takes his longsword and just kind of like slices it through the air.
Absolutely. Cut into this crowd. Screams and cries erupt as you cut into peasant flesh. You hit. Roll your damage.
Ooh, 10.
You want to do anything else? You've already action surged. Nothing else you can do.
I don't think
All right,
so.
you're standing over Ekemon's brutally concussed form as we turn to Balasar's turn.
So Balasar is obviously going to try and clear the way of more peasants and things like that, but this time I think it's rage o'clock time.
Okay, he rages.
Yeah.
What does he say when he rages? Why does he rage?
Well, he rages because he saw Ekemon fall. He just kind of whispers to himself in his head, "It's go time.
Yes.
But in his Balasar
Yes.
voice.
It is time to proceed." I don't know. Seems more, seems more proper.
The most proper barbarian.
All right, go for it.
Do I need
Rageaholic.
to take a free action to draw my axes?
Sure.
Take a free action to draw my axes.
Yes. Slash with one.
No.
May I invite you to tete-a-tete or fight me?
Shall we engage in fisticuffs?
Roll that d20, sir.
All right. Here we go. That would be a 12.
More than enough. You've hit.
Ooh. That is 6 damage.
All right. Perfect. You have hacked. No, you used your bonus action to rage, so you
that's
get
right,
one
yeah.
attack this turn.
Right. I don't know.
All right. It is Ekemon's turn. Ekemon, make a death save.
Nope.
Icy fingers of death grip tightly upon the soul of Ekemon, pulling you downwards towards hell and home.
We don't have anybody that can heal.
I'm the one that heals.
I have Healy thing. So
Is that
I'm
what
not.
It is now the turn of the angry mob who turns upon Vestrad with cudgels and mallets, brutally attempts to pummel you. I have rolled a 23 to hit.
Oh.
Is that enough to beat your armor class?
20.
You take 18 bludgeoning damage.
Ouch.
How many hit points do you have left?
4.
Holy moly. That's a lot of hit points.
And this is how we die. By a mob.
Together.
It is now Drizel's turn.
So I'm going to try something different than just hacking and slash. I'm still going to hack and slash. Actually, just hack. Anyways, I'm going to use my spell Hunter's Mark
Okay, yeah.
and just do it on the closest person.
You mark the mob. Yeah.
Yeah. Can I mark? It says one creature, so I don't know if I can do the whole
The
mob.
mob counts as a creature.
Yes. Because then I get an extra d6 to hurt them. And I'm going to hack at them again with my sword.
Perfect.
14.
That's enough.
So I get 2d6. 9.
Do you say anything when you hunters mark them? What happens when you hunters mark?
It just makes me like extra target them and I get extra cool, awesome things.
Yeah, so what actually happens?
So my eyes are purple, but they go like, they glow. And so I kind of get like this extra kind of like intensity
Okay.
when I'm targeting someone. So my eyes glow and I just get, it's not like raging like a barbarian, but it's kind of similar. I get like super focused on just like doing as much damage and just all my hate pours into this
Your
group.
hate. Okay.
Yeah. Just in this case, I'm extremely focused.
Okay. Your focus and it allows you to see and notice all of the different problems. When you get an extra d6, what type of damage is that extra d6? Is it just more slashing damage or is it a special type of damage?
It doesn't say. It just says I deal an extra d6 damage. So it would be from my weapon. So it'd be probably slashing damage.
We have returned again to the top of the round where it is Dimple's turn,
Awesome.
followed by Vestrad.
I'm just going to cast Firebolt. Although I've been really sucky at rolling, so. Oh, hey, I hit. I choose somebody in the mob and I Firebolt them. And I'm like, back off.
Bolt the mob. Boom. Do your damage.
back off. Get your own
Sandwich.
Yeah. Dimple probably says, Dimple probably says, back off and get your own life purpose.
Good one.
Right? 8.
Nice.
You showed them.
Mm-hmm.
They have been brutally hurt. Over half their hit points are gone. A lot of the crowd has been dispersed or dismembered.
Sweet.
As we turn to Vistrad's turn.
So Vistrad actually kneels down and grabs Ekemon while directing Doodle to defend and attack the crowd.
Sure, yeah. Direct Doodle away, and Doodle will roll an attack.
And because Doodle's with us, Doodle gets advantage
Advantage
on his attack roll.
Oh, cool. Get him, Doodle.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh,
Doodle.
Dude, I'm not rolling good now.
10.
That's enough. You've hit.
Jeez, what's the AC of this mob?
Now-
It's a mob.
They're peasants and they don't rate.
It's a mob. Like, you're going to hit somebody no matter where you go. Oh, I hit someone.
So with Doodle's bite, or the wolf's bite,
Yeah.
it says hit 7 and then has stuff in brackets. What does that mean?
You roll the numbers in the brackets, the dice in the brackets.
What
does
is
it
the
say?
7?
7 would be the average. That's what I normally
Oh,
do because
okay.
I'm like, I don't want to roll a whole bunch of extra dice that are unnecessary.
I'm going to.
Roll your dice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's 9. And then it says if the target is a creature, it must succeed on a DC 11 strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
A mob can't be knocked prone.
It's a very
It'd be so
powerful
funny.
wolf that knocks them all over like a bowling ball.
So one person gets bit, the whole
You hear
mob
the
just crumbles.
from the bowling alley as all of the pins of the mob people fall over.
Strike.
So once
I
it
don't
is
see why
Vistrad,
that
it
can't
is
happen.
now Balasar's turn. Go, Balasar.
It's time to rage again.
You're still raging.
You're still raged.
Oh no, I'm just saying it's time to
Yeah,
Full
go
of-
for it.
full of
Roll your attack.
rage a
Are you
hall.
attacking twice?
Yes, because I'm already raging.
Perfect. Roll
and
twice then,
No
please.
one's attacked me. You.
The big one is the bonus, so go for it.
18 on
Ooh.
both dice.
Then you have succeeded on both dice. Roll 2d6 and add your strength bonus one time.
That'll be a total of 13 damage.
The mob is on their last legs, but it is Ekemon's turn.
Death save completed.
No, there's too much for you here, Ekemon. You do not let the world take you yet. But you're still unconscious and dying. Drizel,
Hacky slashy time.
what does that mean?
I'm going to hack, which is one die, and then slash, which is the other one.
Hack and slash what?
The mob. No!
I bet if you'd been more descriptive, the dice would have helped you.
Don't think that's how it works.
No, probably not. You miss?
That's 4.
Yeah,
How's
that's
over
definitely
there?
not gonna help you out there. You miss both.
Both.
Both. 4s on both?
Mm-hmm.
18s on both. And
I
4s on
know.
both. What are the
Yahtzee.
odds? Giselle, that was your turn. Oh, you know what? It was actually supposed to be the mob's turn.
So I get to roll that again later,
No,
right?
you're done.
Come on.
Yeah, that's okay. The mob attacks Drizel.
Oh, okay. I was worried
Because
about
she's a
the
moon
puppy
elf.
for a second.
I was going to attack Puppy.
Because then
Puppy
we're gonna
was
go. I'm gonna go
violent
John
and
Wick
terrible.
if that happens.
Spoilers, I haven't seen any of them.
Any of them?
I haven't seen any, John.
Drizel is a moon elf, so of course they have earned their violent rage, and she is in amongst them. So they attack Drizel with a natural 13, so that's an 18 total. Does that beat your armor class?
Yeah,
you
just-
take 18 damage. How many hit points do you have left?
4.
We're top of the round. Dimple.
Firebolts.
All right, do it up.
Ignatius.
These are doing tons of damage. If you were Findal looking upon, you would see these sword strikes and the slashes. They're not doing a ton to disperse the mob because you're only really hitting one person at a time. And they're also kind of generally taking less damage from slashing and piercing weapons. But every time this fire hits and people burn, people disperse and it drives the mob further. And how much did you do to hit?
17 to hit.
And what'd you do for damage?
6.
The mob disperses.
Ooh.
They flee for their lives, rushing away. Not fire, no! There's wizards casting! Run for it! Call the guards! I don't know what's going on. I was just here for pie.
Who's that guy?
I don't know. He didn't even have a weapon.
I officially love that guy.
Who is it
Pretty
here
sure
for
that was
pie?
the merchant.
I wanted moon pie. I didn't know.
Moon
That's the end of
pie.
that. The palanquin escapes. The 6 guards, having trouble getting through, finally burst free of the mob as they disperse, and a slat opens up in the back, and you can see clearly the beautiful face and diadem gem encrusted jewels hanging from her forehead
Oh, I
of
wanted
the
it to be a
tiara.
hot moon guy.
This beautiful male moon elf prince
just for you.
regards with these like beautiful high cheekbones and sunken cheeks, full pouting moon elf lips, kind of Robert Pattinson in his most vampiric state.
Change.
New choice.
New choice.
Robert Pattinson in his most Batman state.
No choice.
Ben Affleck in his most Batman state.
That is better.
It's getting worse.
That's better. That's still
He's
better.
not a moon elf, though.
George Clooney in his most
you go.
Batman state.
Bat nipples?
Yes, that
Okay.
too. Oh no, even better. Val Kilmer in
Yes!
his most recent state.
What are you doing now?
Yes, that is the final answer.
No, Val
Modern
Kilmer.
day Val Kilmer with the
No.
diadem of jewels hanging down. Long, lank, blonde hair, looks at you and says, in moon elf, but mouthed because can't reach the distance, thanks. This kissy face sort of expression, and this ebony type thing, maybe the size of your fist, falls from the slats as he like throws his hand out, all like Val Kilmer-esque, and it drops to the cobbles as the palanquin leaves.
Is he literally the guy from The Saint? Where the character he's like in the...
Yes, modern day Val Kilmer doing his German guy artist. I am an artist.
I'm an artist.
Because he's a moon elf.
I'm going to pick up the ebony thing.
You're brutally injured and you are distracted and head towards the ebony thing on the ground. You rush over to it. Ekemon, make a death save.
Gotta save it. Oh, come on.
Nat 1.
You have failed again. Your
Yep.
soul is tugged from your body towards hell, and a rapprochement with your elderly grandfather Asmodeus himself. Drizel bends down and picks up an ebony figure on the ground. It is a spider
Ooh. Drizel, get your ass over here.
with the half moon across the back, the symbol of the moon elves. It could be a talisman of the elder god the moon elf no longer worship.
Drizel, get your butt over here.
Would anyone like to attempt a medicine check to help out, since Drizel has obviously run away and left Ekemon to his own devices?
I was going to do things too. It's going to help.
Vistrad will try because he's holding Ekemon.
Yeah.
And so he wants to try and save him.
Sure.
Don't know how successful it will be.
I will help. I'm fairly intelligent.
Well, you have a healer's kit. I don't think you're skilled at medicine, are you? No. So you help, and it takes away disadvantage, and you just make a base check.
16.
That is enough. You have stabilized Ekemon, and Ekemon is no longer dying.
Yay.
Yay.
No more death saves for Ekemon. The healer's kit has been used, and
Love
crowd
overcomes
is
all.
dispersed. Findal says, "Well done, heroes. Is he all right?"
Just a bit of fainting amongst the mob.
Can I rejoin the group? I found my thing, and because I'm going to use
Just
my...
tell me what your character is doing.
So Giselle runs back to the group.
And says,
I have an idea. And I use my spell Good Berry,
yeah.
and I make 10 delicious berries full of
Makes
magic.
10.
Mm-hmm. I get to make 10 berries. And they magically appear in my hand, and I put one, because Ekemon's still unconscious.
Yes.
So I'm going to put one in Ekemon's mouth and kind of chew it for him. And I'm as well, and that gives him 1 hit point back. And he should not be unconscious anymore. And then he can do the rest himself.
No.
No?
Sadly, Goodberry is not sufficient. Ekemon does not have the ability to use an action to eat a berry.
That's why I chewed it for him.
Oh, gross.
Like, I put it in his mouth and made him chew it. and like stroke his throat.
No, this is a mouth-to-mouth
You should have went with the
resuscitation
regurgitation.
situation.
Yeah, that's definitely how I pictured it. You chew it all up and spit it in Ekemon's
Okay,
mouth.
I do that.
Do you do it, or do you get Vestrad to do it?
Lestrade snatches
Lestrade
the berry.
really wants to do it. I see him. I see him really want to, so I hand it to Lestrade.
What happens? Tell me.
You have to put that in his mouth. He needs to swallow it.
Vestrad happily takes the berry because this is an opportunity he's never been given before. He knows that the tension has been there,
Oh, absolutely.
just neither of them been willing to act on it. So he happily takes the berry, chews it up, puts his mouth to Ekemon's mouth, and transfers the juices of the berry.
Oh, that's lovely. I'm going to say you take 2 berries so that we can make sure you get the efficacy of one.
Yeah.
Chew it all up. You have to use your tongue to get it past Ekemon's tongue because Ekemon's tongue's in the way.
What the hell is happening?
You're getting hit points back.
That is exactly what you think, Ekemon, as you come to suddenly with a hit point suddenly transferred you. You feel full and nourished for the entire day, but Vestrad's tongue is in your mouth.
You just see this sudden splay of arms go out like, what? And then his arms kind of like awkwardly robot beside Vestrad. Like,
What do
should
his
I?
legs do?
They just kind of like go straight, like bored.
They kick a little?
They're like rigid straight out.
Toes pointed?
Yeah, like he just completely rigid straight out from him. He's lying on the ground and he's kind of like half planking right now. His arms are out beside Vestrad and he's like going between, do I hit him? Do I tap him to let him know I'm good? Or do I hug him? I don't know. What's going on? There's a foreign object in my mouth.
Vestrad, you've brought Ekemon back to life with your kiss.
So romantic.
The magic of love overcomes all.
The berry juices are dripping down Vestrad's faces.
As Vestrad says that, Ekemon like shakes his head like, wait, did I just hear what? Sorry, can you say that again?
What do you think you heard?
And we'll end there for tonight.
That was adorable.
Raise a glass and drink with the enemy. Raise a glass and sing with the enemy. And I'm not gonna do this on my own. And raise a glass and toast to the enemy. Raise a glass and sing to the enemy. And I'm not gonna do this on my own.
This concludes this episode of Tavern Tales, a curated Dungeons & Dragons 5e game set in the Tales of the Yawning Portal adventure module by Wizards of the Coast. Our intro and outro music is the song Tavern Tales by the Bad Billy Band. You can find out more about the Bad Billy Band on iTunes or at www.badbillyband.com or follow them on Twitter at badbillyband. Thanks for listening. Please feel free to leave us a review on iTunes or find us on Twitter at tavern_tales. We'll be back next week with more of the adventure.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Goodbye
Either-
now. Bye-bye.
But I just wanted to say that,
Bye-bye now.
but I needed to tell you
Goodbye.
that... No, what you don't understand
Bye-bye
is that-
now.
That is
And
a
then you're
perfect
like,
tone for that.
this is you, blah, 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 blah. This is me, bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye now.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye now. Hello.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
It's from Toy Story.
It's Helen
just
Hunt from Saturday Night Live.
But it's fun.
Yes, I know it's hilarious.
But it is
that's not where
fun.
it's from. That's from Saturday Night Live. It's Helen Hunt and one of the Saturday Night Live artists. They're standing on a plane and they're saying goodbye to everybody. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Thanks for coming.
yeah,
Bye-bye
I do
now.
remember
And then
that,
the one
yeah.
guy's like, I'd like to make a complaint. Bye-bye now. Yeah, but you don't understand.
Oh.
Yes, but I'm saying bye-bye.
I remember.
Bye-bye
That's
now.
right. That's totally true.
The best sketch
That
ever.
is good.
Because of...
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Goodbye.
Yes.